Hey guys, I know it's been a hot minute, but it feels like it's an overdue video I need to make. As of right now, we don't have a watch list right now. Um, the biggest things that are going on right now, I would say, is energy companies are going up and banks are going up. I think mostly because the banks are going up because they're getting pretty much getting helped by the government right now. They're getting bailouts from the government pretty much. Uh, so the banks are doing fine right now. Energy's doing, companies doing fine. Everything else is a bit shaky right now. But on our last voting poll was CVX. I actually still have CVX for calls. I think that's like my main hold right now. Target was our long term. I did say don't buy into it until it hits 94. It's sort of at that price right now. But the only thing is, I said wait. But the downside for Target, sellers has creeped up a bit above the stop line, so it's sort of like wary right now. Um, but ideally, it is hitting its support that I want, which is that green line. So I could just buy like one contract for now, see how it holds up. Bros was also Dutch Bros was also considered as a long term because on the daily looks pretty nice too. It is hitting a resistance at like 65. The weekly looks good on it. I'm gonna double check Target's weekly. Target's weekly. It's a bit shaky. It does have like one heavy resistance on the weekly. But other than that, yeah, energy companies like oil, XOM, CVX, BLO. I think BLO had a bit of a dip, but it's in its own thing right now. I'm gonna check on the watch list. A couple of you guys want to look at silver puts. See, the thing is for silver puts, um, this is on the weekly basis. So right now, we do have this green line crossing this black line. So saying that it could has a high chance to drop down to like 55. Right now, it is indicating a resistance today. Uh, right, yeah, just right at that peak, around like that 64. We'll look at the 4 hour to verify. So we do have some crossing happening at the 4 hour right here. It says it has a chance to drop down to like 58, and I probably need to verify with the 2 hour also. But the 2 hour says it's fine. So short term says it's having a big uptick right now. I'd say on the 1 hour, right now the 1 hour said it broke above its resistance on that, which was it 62.82? So if anything happens like to silver to break down heavily, it's 62 82. Yeah. So that's sort of like the price to look at to make sure if it stays below that, probably looking to puts, but if it stays above it, it seems fine right now. Other than that, double check the CETX. Okay, this one had like a bit of an uptrend, but sort of died really quickly. On the daily, we did have that spike on Monday, Monday 8th. No confirmation on an uptrend yet. On the 4 hour, it is saying it just hit a resistance on this 4 hour right there. That's why it probably died off today. This blue, look at the 1 hour to verify it. 1 hour verified it, saying, hey, I hit resistance. Yep. Also, it didn't really stay above this purple line. Let's see on the 15-minute, because normally once above the 15-minute, it has like a small uptick spike, which it did. It just broke right below. So for this one, it has to break above 321 for anything to happen. It's like at 246. So the funny thing about me going into CVX and do like a longer call play on that one, it did had like a small uptick for like a 40% return like last week. Yeah, it sold really quick though. That's sort of the downside. So the thing is, what I've been mostly working on is I've been going on. Obviously, I've just been using the AI trade machine. So you see how CVX is on like the bearish burst right now. So remember when I told you, just because it's on the bearish burst doesn't mean it's gonna be bearish for it. Most of the time, once it hits those triggers, it sort of indicates like, hey, I hit my maximum bottom, I could bounce here. So most of the time, we need like a double verification to make sure it goes through, because it happened on Friday. So I know within this area, this is like the heavy downtrend breakdown. So if CVX actually breaks down below like 146.68, then I would like do puts on it. But most of the time, once I see it on the bearish list, I double check to see if there's good support. Mostly CVX. I looked on the daily. The daily didn't give crazy supports on the daily, but on the daily it says like, hey, 147 and 66 is my support. Cool. I have one support on the daily. The 4 hour had a red support right here, which was 147.13. I sort of wish that the screen sort of touched this black line, so that sort of gives me like security knowing like that's a 4 hour support on the OG side of things. But it got close enough, which is fine. Next is the 2 hour. The 2 hour, we had a support right here near the yellow. Most of the time people thought it would be puts, because if you discover like, hey, this broke on the 2 hour and broke right here and broke the daily, you expect like, hey, it should probably have a heavy downtrend. But if you look at the 1 hour, I think it was the 1 hour what stopped it for. So you see how this green line sort of crosses this black line right here. That's sort of indicating a support on the 1 hour. So hence why it sort of maintained its uptrend. But yeah, I do expect like a small gap fill up to like the 1 hour trauma right here. So it'd be awesome if it could hit like 153. This contract is gonna be a bit though. This one will be at the end of this week to next week. So January the 2nd. Right now it's saying it's resistance right now. The one thing is on the hour, it's sort of hitting its 1 hour resistance and needs to stay above it. So right now, you sort of see on the red line, but on my end, it sort of broke above the 1 hour resistance already. On the 4 hour, it says the 4 hour saying, as long as it stays above 150.35. So it's at 150.33. So it's like on the breaking point right now. So tomorrow would be like the big defining point on it. Nvidia, calls on Nvidia. This could be a short-term one. Seeing how well it's doing right now, but looking at the 2 hour, it has like a nice uptrend, sells are super low. If you look at daily looks good, and I think I was mainly focusing on 4 hour. So yeah, so Nvidia calls definitely. It could be a very short term though on it. It's possibly like a swing trade or a day trade, but we'll see. We did have it on the list for Nvidia. So yeah, Nvidia calls. It triggered on Friday. So if you go on the day, so this day, that big green day right there. So most of the time, if we do see something triggers on the list, like I said this could be a possible resistance for it. So we have to wait for a breakout. So Nvidia has a breakout right now. Also, like CCJ is considered as calls too. I believe it triggered on Friday also. Yeah, another trigger on Friday. I think the 4 hour right now, it's seeing its 4 hour resistance. So most likely it could have its resistance today. It could possibly have a red dip tomorrow. But if the next day is green, then it's like a nice indication of like a heavy uptrend. Looking at the 1 hour, it did break the 1 hour resistance, but we need the 1 hour resistance to be up here above this blue line. So it already broke right here, sort of, almost. It's actually below it. We'll pretty much have to wait to see if it breaks above this in order to have like a huge uptrend. Not too crazy. 2 hour says it's healthy, has like a 2 hour resistance, so yeah, based on the 4 hour. This could have like a downtrend. But still watching. Daily says has a good almost support right here on this daily. It has a good 4 hour support, which is pretty low though actually. But yeah, we pretty much see if it stays above here, then probably has like a huge uptick. Probably could go up to like back into like the 108s. But other than that, I really don't have anything. I'm sort of like, I don't know, it's because of age, but it feels like I'm a bit tired of doing all the day trades because probably my schedule's been pretty crazy lately. But other than that, I've been mostly trying to be more modest and try to do like 2-week holds, 3-week holds. I generally try not to do any swing trades unless like obviously if it hits its price target. But yeah, other than that, my schedule's been pretty bad. I've been going to bed like close to midnight, which is not ideal. I generally oversleep like by an hour because I have to wake up like at 6. But yeah, banks like Citibank looks great. Huge uptick. You can just ride that high. I wonder how American Express is doing. I'm sort of curious on their end. Not bad, but it does indicate like a long-term uptrend in like the months. MasterCard sort of saying it's sort of picking up based on the daily. So yeah, looks super healthy. The 4 hour, yeah, it's above the daily and it's above the 4 hour resistance. And it already broke the 2 hour. So probably like MasterCard, Visa, yeah, all the financial stuff is looking great. But I'm mainly focusing on energy. That's my main focus today. Obviously it's the holidays. It's gonna be like, I believe tomorrow's gonna be like a half day. Like it's gonna be a half day for tomorrow and most likely on Friday. So I probably disregard this week completely, other than just long-term holds into like next week. So that's why I'm just into like CVX right now. Need to make sure it stays above like that 150.38. If it does that tomorrow, then yeah, it's a hold. But we'll see. That's pretty much it. Thanks, guys. Merry Christmas. Be kind to yourself. Also, post whatever in the questions, and I'll try to make videos on it. Thanks. See ya.